South Korea has begun its 2-year term as a non-permanent member of the United Nations Security Council, marking the country's third time serving in such a role.
한국이 유엔 안전보장이사회 비상임이사국으로 2년간 임기 활동을 시작했습니다. 우리나라가 비상임이사국 역할을 맡는 것은 이번이 세 번째입니다. Alright, well, tell us about the UN Security Council and us being a non-permanent member.
Yes, well, it's time number 3. We were elected in 1996 and again in 2013. And there are 10 non-permanent members, these elected members. And they have the same status as permanent members, except for the veto power and the right to convene meetings when they're chair. They have the right to do that. So, South Korea, what are we going to do as being on this council? Well, raising global awareness of North Korean provocations and human rights violations is a big thing, I think, and also responding to cybersecurity and other issues. So it's a big deal because a non-permanent member also has to help sort of mediate any conflicts between permanent members and, well, find a way to make the world a more peaceful place. And at the moment, of course, we have the Middle East, the crisis in Gaza, we have the crisis in the Ukraine, we have the North Korean issue. There's a lot going on to deal with.
Exactly. And the 5 permanent members of the UN Security Council are, of course, the UK, the US, France, China, and Russia. That's fixed.
Yes.
That doesn't change.
No, it doesn't. But the 10 elected members, these non-permanent members, do change on I think it's a 2-year basis. So for the next 2 years, South Korea is on the council.
자, 상임이사국을요, 영어로는 permanent member라고 합니다. 말 그대로 하면 영구적인 회원이라는 뜻이네요.
네.
자, 그리고 비상임이사국은 non-permanent member 이렇게 표현을 하고요. 10개 국가인데 2년 임기가 이제 시작이 됐습니다. 우리나라 같은 경우에는 이번이 세 번째라고 말씀을 드렸는데 앞서서 96년과 97년, 또 2013년과 2014년 이렇게 두 차례 맡은 바가 있고요. 비상임이사국은 여러 가지 회의에서 이제 중요한 역할을 하지만 veto power는 없죠.
Yeah, that's the one thing that non-permanent members can't do. So
Yes.
that's only the permanent members, the 5 permanent members can do that.
거부권, veto라고 얘기를 하는데 그것은 없죠, 당연히 비상임이사국이. Let's look at non-permanent.
Yes, meaning it's not permanent, meaning it doesn't last forever. A synonym is temporary,
Yeah.
but temporary sounds a lot less permanent than non-permanent.
Right.
Because temporary, we think of something being very, very short.
그렇죠.
Whereas these are elected members for 2 years. Therefore, temporary feels a little bit flimsy. It
Yeah.
doesn't feel strong enough of a term. So
Yes.
instead, we use non-permanent, meaning they're not there forever, but they are there for 2 years.
네, 영속하지 않는다라는 뜻의 non-permanent를 써서 UN 안보리의 비상임이사국 non-permanent member라고 합니다. And Korea, along with the other non-permanent members, will be serving their term for 2 years.
Yes, don't get confused with tennis. I'm not talking about a tennis serve.
No, that's the wrong sound. I don't know. Never mind.
You play with very soft balls, Sue.
I can't.
Thwack, 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 thwack.
테니스 공 소리를 못 내겠네요. 네, 서빙.
Anyway, to serve here means to do one's duty, to do what one is supposed to do one's job. And we use this term when talking about politics or when talking about official positions.
Sure.
So somebody serves in office, like the president, or another politician, a minister of some kind, or you serve in the military, for example. We talk about military service.
That's right. serve, 근무하다 아니면 복무하다라는 뜻이 있어서요. serve as a non-permanent member at the UN Security Council. 유엔 안보리에서 비상임 이사국으로 이렇게 2년 임기를 하게 된다라는 뜻으로 serve를 쓸 수 있는 겁니다. 자, 다시 한번 읽어볼게요. South Korea has begun its 2-year term as a non-permanent member of the UN Security Council, marking the country's third time serving in such role.